Hey, check it out. I'm actually live. Yeah, Twitch link down below. My once a week stream. It's happening. We're going to be finishing Ventures today and doing a bunch of 160s, big gaming streams. So if you're watching this video on release, I should be live. I'm in the Battle Royale shop because yesterday I made a pretty underwhelming video. There just wasn't a lot going on. A couple of V-Buck missions, decent missions, other than the V-Bucks, but that's kind of it. It seems with the update last night that prompted our home-based report, the Vaulted a Year or More tabs have been added. I had to re-record this video because I didn't realize it was multiple tabs, but that's what was confusing me, because Battle Axe, thank you to Archer for these numbers, by the way, the website I usually use to check this was not showing, has been gone for 1,135 days, which is at least a year. The Tusk Glider has been gone for 1,448 days, which is our oldest item that I'll be reporting on today, which is a ridiculous amount of time. You guys can see why I'm sharing this information now. And then the Harpoon Axe has also been gone for a substantial amount of time, 1,375 days, which is a long time to be out of the shop. So if you're interested in picking that up, feel free to use my code. I'm going to put in Archer's code here. I'm going to have to hopefully remind myself tonight because every 2 weeks the codes remove, and I like to do that in my daily videos to remind everybody, but I'm doing it now. So be sure you got a code put in. If you're on my 2-week cycle, then there's your reminder. On to the home base report. Oh yeah, bug fixes down there. So let me just full screen this so it's nice and clean. Mild Meadows is coming to a close April 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not in America or something, then you can translate, hopefully. And then we'll be, it's basically just a reminder. Oh yeah, Ben's Warcry, getting us all hyped. After Mild Meadows season ends, it'll kick off Scurvy Shoals. For those of you who have no idea what that means, link to this spreadsheet down below. It just shows everything. This is what we got going on. We know that the Brawl of the Wild questline got moved to this season. I assume it'll be starting with that Venture season, but no date was ever confirmed yet. Next week we will be getting another home base report with more information. I have that confirmed from Epic, so they'll do a proper season announcement then. But now I don't know when this start date is known, but this is basically everything that we tend to expect throughout the season. That's not guaranteed or anything. They might have some updates for us, we'll see. But that's what the Scurvy Shoals season is. It's a bunch of pirate stuff. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. A little reminder to finish the Blockbuster quest. I'm going to unfull screen. I've been getting a lot of comments from people who have seen my map in Save the World and don't realize what that extra zone is. Let me talk about this. So if you go to the map, you can see I've got an extra skull. This is the crater for the Blockbuster quest. I know that I always tell people to finish your Blockbuster quest, get rid of the chrome husks, be a good teammate. I have not. I'm on page 1 of Blockbuster. Granted, I've been doing Blockbuster every year since it came out in 2018. I've got all the things. We're fine, okay? I'm all right. I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite, but kind of not really. I got my boxes checked, and you know what? In my lobbies, chrome husks die. They also don't hurt the objectives, so I kind of like them. Anyway, that's what that skull is. So they're basically telling you to get the Blockbuster quest line done. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and I made a reminder video myself showcasing everything that you should grab before the season ends. This will be the top of the very, very, very top of the description. This is me pointing out every hero available, every weapon available, everything you can grab before the season ends, and all of my recommendations on what should and shouldn't be grabbed. Little note, I put the bald eagle in the thumbnail. It seems as though the weapons available from Blockbuster are actually the Falcon and then the Silent Spectre and the crossbow. Falcon's not that good. Bald Eagle is. So if you watch that video, there's my little edit to that. So yeah, Carbide, Cloak Star, everything's covered in that video. And then the cram session, you just get more loot. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Again, Twitch link down below. Lots of stuff available. You get more extra things, permissions. Just run some games. This is basically what they're saying. Highland Warrior was already reported on in the last home base report, but I guess they're reminding us again that she'll be coming out soon, TM. Well, actually, exactly on that date. So not the most exciting hero. It's not a big deal. We're here for the bug fixes. Now, I am streaming, but we're going to switch to this screen so you guys can read it more clearly. We're gonna go through these point by point. So, fixed an issue that prevented some windows from being closed. I don't know specifically what that means, but I do personally recall there were some windows where you just couldn't close them. You had to hit escape or something. I think that was somewhere in the collection book, but it's fixed now, which is nice and smooth. There's also another issue that caused players to experience hitching when joining a player that was already inside a zone. That's really nice. I mean, that's just less performance issues, less bugginess. That's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. These are some really, really nice bugs. And this is probably one of the headlines of the video. Fixed an issue where trap vulnerable mini bosses were not taking damage from traps. Archer and I were definitely on this. He was messaging Freight a lot. And very looking forward to a resolution for that. Basically what happened is when trap vulnerable mini bosses spawned, one of the modifiers they could have is building blocker, which blocks you from builds. What it also did was blocked traps from firing, which meant your trap vulnerable mini boss was in many positions impervious to traps. Now, they could be killed sometimes, but there were certain pathing, and I don't have the footage available to you. I can picture it in my brain, past streams, some of you might have been there, where they're like up on a ramp, or they just stand in an area of their own building blocker mess where they just can't be killed. I have failed more trap vulnerable building blocker mini bosses than any type because they were literally not taking damage from traps. So that should be fixed. That is so nice. I'm really glad that that change took place because it was a little broken. Continue to make improvements on the issue involving the third rail. Oh, the third rail. That thing hasn't been functioning since release. I even made a video on it recently just because they fixed it enough for me to make a video, but it was still firing blanks in that actual video itself. So it's not perfectly fixed, but they have been working on it. So maybe. It's a little awkward because for me, it's too little too late. I've kind of finished my time with that weapon. I feel like I made my videos, I did my reviews, I formed my opinion, and I just kind of did it. But I'm glad that they're making it function properly because that's a good thing to see. Another great change. Fixed an issue for Deliver the Bomb missions that prevented the tracks crafting schematic from appearing in the trap inventory. That's pretty self-explanatory, but anybody who's ever played Deliver the Bomb knows it is the buggiest mission in the entire game, and sometimes it would just not give you the traps. The tracks. That is literally unplayable if you have teammates that are not cooperating. I've always been fortunate to have stream viewers and friends with us, playing with me, but if you've ever been in a public lobby and you had 3 teammates who were not helping with the tracks, some Deliver the Bomb missions were literally unplayable. So really, really nice that you can craft more tracks if needed. So yeah, they give you the 10 and then you couldn't make more. Fix an issue that prompted players to install Save the World every single time. Not a game-breaking bug, of course, but every time you came over from BR, you'd install Save the World. It's a total visual error, and it is completely gone. So that's nice to see as well. Again, pretty small update, as promised. I downplayed this in my recent videos because that's what I was told. It would be a small update, and it is, but there's some really nice bug fixes in here, and I'm so glad they added this tab because I remember yelling at Magist and Christos and now Freight begging community managers to add a bug fixes tab. In a game that's not getting new heroes every week, at least tell us what you're working, because sometimes they would quietly patch some of the most annoying bugs, and I'm like, hey, Epic, I know we're a whiny, bitchy community that complains constantly, and the Reddit is a cesspool of toxicity and hate and people who should just move on from the game instead of complaining and whining all the time. But we do like to see when you do nice things, and this is exactly what we've got. I've got at least 3 or 4 issues in here that are just so nice, and I'm happy they're sharing now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Twitch link down below. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.